People have told me I have certain ways of doing things or an aesthetic that I didn't know I had. They usually say you take grotesque images and you make them beautiful.
On le connaît sous les traits de Daryl Dixon dans la série The Walking Dead, mais Norman Reedus a plus d'une corde à son arbalète. Artiste aux multiples talents, photographe reconnu dans le monde entier, il expose régulièrement ses œuvres dans la capitale française. Onirique, spontané, intime ou rock'n'roll, les photographies de Norman Reedus se lisent comme une autobiographie, un récit de vie et de voyage qui laisse entrevoir sa vision unique sur son quotidien.
When I became an actor, I traveled to all these places and I really started taking a lot of photographs of the places and the people that I've met. You know, I like to do things with my hands, so I've done shows where I've cut rock, I've done stuff in wood, I've done stuff in metal. I've dabbled in painting, which I'm not very good at, which I'd like to go back to. A whole bunch of stuff, but photography is mainly my thing.
Cette passion, il la développe depuis son adolescence, passée entre les États-Unis, le Japon et l'Angleterre.
I first got into photography in junior high school. I took a photography class, and I really got into developing my own photographs, going into the darkroom. It was a nice way for me to go and do something private and personal, something artistic by myself.
Son art et le succès de The Walking Dead l'emmènent sur les routes. C'est donc sous le signe du mouvement qu'il nomme son exposition In Transit, exposée à Paris en 2023, grâce à la galerie Marc Hachem et la galerie Joseph.
I never really think of theme when I'm taking pictures, but sometimes when I'm going over pictures, and these are like, hard drives of thousands of photos. Like, I have my favorites and I remember my favorites, and then I'm looking for them, like through thousands of photos. I'm like, where's that one? Remember that? And then that sort of turns into a theme. And it usually starts with whatever primary image I want to use to promote the show. This one we called In Transit, and the photograph that I took was one where I was alone, I was isolated, in a car. I was driving cross country in a crazy thunderstorm, and I was playing my favorite music, and I was in a very comfortable place. I like to be alone. I'm constantly in transit. It seemed to make sense. But these photos, it's kind of like a yearbook of your life in a way. Moments that kind of got me from there to here.
Depuis 2022, l'acteur passe une grande partie de l'année en France où est tournée sa série Daryl Dixon.
That there's a certain appreciation of art here, an appreciation of a quality of lifestyle. Here we started filming, we shoot a take, and I'm like, what are we waiting for? And the cameraman goes over and he rolls a cigarette and he's talking to the lighting guy, and there's the other camera guys, and somebody told me what they were saying. And they said, well, what story are we telling with this camera move? Like, but what do we want to say with this? And I was like, I keep talking. Like, take as much time as you want. That, with the arts here and with the history of art here, from the architecture to the food to everybody appreciates it here. Nobody takes it for granted. I'm really loving France. So I bought a place. Yeah.
Entre instantanés de tournage, portraits de proches et culture underground, ces photos surprennent et interrogent. Jouant avec les lumières, la couleur et la double exposition, Norman Reedus nous plonge dans un monde qui oscille entre le réel et le surréaliste.
Yeah, the unicorn in the bed it was a random bedroom that I found in Nashville in an old house. I'm very much that guy that's like, oh, look at that abandoned old house. Let's go in there. There are certain photographers that I just adore, Roger Ballin, Gregory Crewdson, Joel Peter Witkin. They take a room and they spend a lot of time decorating a room, for one shot. Sometimes you get lucky and you walk into a room that has a unicorn in a bunk bed and it looks like that already. Sometimes you get lucky and you're like, whoa, what's this story here? And it's a real story.
Au milieu des pièces abandonnées et des souvenirs d'aventure, deux petits pieds, ceux de sa fille Nova, comme un rappel à une partie essentielle des voyages, le retour à la maison.
As you're in transit and you're bouncing all over the world, you're like, I want to get back home. I want to you're thinking about home. You're thinking about our chubby little feet on there. It's like, it's all kind of part of it,
Loin des plateaux télé et des lumières d'Hollywood, c'est à travers sa photographie que l'on découvre peut-être le mieux Norman Reedus. Un rêveur assumé, avide de découvertes et de rencontres, qui n'en oublie pas d'apprécier la beauté de chaque instant.
I think sometimes it's nice to take a step back and realize the moment, maybe that's why I started doing more and more photography as I started traveling, because you're always like, over here, over here, over here, over here. What are we doing next? Where are we going? I have to do this, and it's nice time to take a step back and just go backwards and remember what's in front of you, or remember or realize what you could make of what's right now.